Well, having got introduced with the reader response criticism and the life and works of Wolfgang Iser, now we shall go ahead with his essay, Interaction Between Text and Reader. Interaction means a kind of communication by using language. Let's see how this interaction takes place between the text and the reader. So, in this particular critical essay of Wolfgang Iser, there is an attempt to explain the nature of interaction, how this interaction takes place, in what form, and the relationship between a literary text and a reader. What is the relationship between a literary text and a reader? Through this essay, Iser tries to focus on what actually happens when a reader picks up a text. So for example, you pick up a text by William Shakespeare for the purpose of reading, or any other text. I'm just giving an example. What happens exactly? So he comments on the nature of interaction between a text and reader. While commenting on this nature, Iser explains that every text has got poles. You might be knowing. We have northern pole and southern pole. In the same manner, every text has poles, the aesthetic pole and the artistic pole. So these are two poles that he refers to. Aesthetic means related to the form and beauty. Okay, means it gives you pleasure. Aesthetic pleasure we refer to. And the artistic is there is an art. So these are the two poles in that text. Is how the reader tries to interpret a given text. So this particular reader's part, he names that the aesthetic pole, and there is the artistic pole. It is the other pole of the text, the other side. Okay, which is known as the artistic pole, with the writer's pole. Is what how the writer wants the text to be interpreted. So we need to understand this. The aesthetic pole and the artistic pole. The aesthetic pole represents the reader's pole, how the reader tries to interpret a given text, is give meaning to the given text. And the artistic pole stands for the writer's pole, how that writer wants the text to be interpreted, to be understood. So Iser makes it clear that neither the writer's pole nor the reader's pole alone is a perfect text. It involves both the texts. So he talks about the virtual text and actual work remains somewhere between the artistic pole and the aesthetic pole. Right? What is an actual text then? An actual text is not only all reader's interpretation or writer's intention. An actual text is a combination of how reader interprets and what writer intends. That is actual. Okay. Then what is actually, I shall talk about the later part in the next lecture. What is the virtual text? Now after the writer's intention is the actual text, and how the reader interprets it, the again actual text. So it is the combination of both. But after that, whatever emerges, that is the virtual text. When we combine them together, after combining whatever meaning comes out, that can be called a virtual text. You know, what is the Marathi word for virtual text? You might be knowing virtual.
Abasi.
something abhasi, something which does not exist as such. It is abhas, okay, which is an imagination, okay, an illusion we can say. So this is not actual text. Actual text is the combination of how reader interprets and what the writer intends. Okay, and before that, it is the virtual text. He says. We shall talk about these things in detail in the next lecture. I suggest you to go through the original essay which is given in your LMS.